Hi friends, welcome to English Study Point. Circuit of Culture. This theory was introduced by Paul Duguay, Stuart Hall, Linda James, Anders Cohen Matson, Hugh Mackay, Keith Negus in the book called Doing Cultural Studies, The Story of the Sony Walkman. This was published in the year 1996. Circuit of Culture is a theory or framework. So it is a basic structure which is used in the area of cultural studies. So if we have to understand any type of meaning in a culture, then we have to rely on the circuit of culture. This theory was devised in the year 1997 by a group of theorists, and these theorists include Paul Duguay, Stuart Hall, Linda James, etc. when they studied about Sony Walkman cassette player. What is this Sony Walkman cassette player? So it is a type of player which revolutionized the way we listen to music. This player enabled people to create soundtracks which suit their emotions, which hadn't been possible before. ये प्लेयर एक कल्चर का पार्ट है. इस प्लेयर के आने के बाद लोगों का म्यूज़िक सुनने का तरीका बदल गया. लोग इस प्लेयर के थ्रू अपने इमोशंस को सूट करने वाले डिफरेंट तरीके के साउंड ट्रैक्स क्रिएट कर पाए जो कि पहले पॉसिबल नहीं था. Then, circuit of culture theory suggests that in order to study culture, a person have to look at five main aspects. So it is a kind of tool of analysis which suggests that in order to study about cultural texts or artifacts, a person should look at five aspects like representation. First, it includes representation, then identity, then production, consumption, then regulation. So these five aspects help in understanding or generating any type of meaning in a culture. So we through these aspects we understand about any culture, and also these aspects are interconnected with each other. According to Paul Duguay, meaning of a culture is understood with the help of representation. कि अगर हमें कल्चर के मीनिंग को अंडरस्टैंड करना है तो सबसे पहला स्टेप है रिप्रेजेंटेशन. चीज़ों को विजिबली दिखाना लोगों के सामने, तभी उन्हें कल्चर का मतलब समझ आएगा. एंड दिस रिप्रेजेंटेशन इज़ पॉसिबल विद द हेल्प ऑफ लैंग्वेज. जब हम रिटन लैंग्वेज का यूज़ करेंगे, जब हम फोटोग्राफी शोकेस करेंगे लोगों को, और जब हम पेंटिंग दिखाएंगे, तो कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को धीरे धीरे कल्चर का मतलब समझ आने लगेगा. सो रिप्रेजेंटेशन मीन्स कल्चर इज़ अंडरस्टूड थ्रू visible elements, and these visible elements try to give a kind of shape to a culture. So these things help in generating, means written language, photography, painting, these things helps in generating signs and symbols to whatever exists in the world. इन एलिमेंट्स की वजह से हम साइंस और सिंबल्स को जनरेट कर सकते हैं उन चीज़ों के जो वर्ल्ड में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. सो रिप्रेजेंटेशन इन चीज़ों के थ्रू ही पॉसिबल हो पाता है. देन लोगों को कल्चर का मतलब समझ आने लगता है धीरे धीरे. Now let's take an example of J.K. Rowling. She is best known for Harry Potter series. She talked about real world issues with the help of magic, characters, motives. So they are a kind of these magic, showcasing of magic, characters, motives. These are a kind of visible representation. They are visible elements, and by using this she is able to discuss about real world social issues of her culture. So you have read about J.K. Rowling, who is known for this series. She, by using magic and wizards, she wants to examine the representation of gender equality, race issues, slavery, child abuse, etc. And also in this same work, or in this same series of Harry Potter, she uses various groups and religious ideas that are represented, but they are one step ahead from true representation, as because real world issues are showcased through magic, and also these characters, motives which are there in this series, they serve as symbols to give commentary on real world social issues. Then here I have mentioned one picture in order to make you understand that J.K. Rowling, in order to make understand about her social issues of her culture, she used various kinds of visible elements like magic, wizard, and characters. She also used, by using these all kinds of elements, visible elements, she actually wants to talk about real world issues that is there in her culture. Now let's discuss another aspect of Circuit of Culture. So this aspect is identity. Author, by writing text, represents culture of his society. His vision of society is expanded through characters present in a text. This means identity actually means meaning of a culture is made by individuals or group of individuals present there in the text. In J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, Harry Potter is the only one who is representing a culture of his society. This identity is further defined by fans of Harry Potter who are called as Potterheads. These fans try to interpret or create their own meanings by engaging in a novel and also by watching movie related to Harry Potter. So they are able to develop their own sort of meaning after engagement with the text or movie. So this Harry Potter, he stands as a representation. With the use of this character, J.K. Rowling wants to discuss about her own culture. Not only she wants to discuss about her culture, but also she wants to depict real world social issues of her culture with the help of this character. Production means efforts taken by an individual author to produce things in a text and also to represent those things in front of the viewers. प्रोडक्शन का मतलब है कि टेक्स्ट के अंदर प्रेजेंट चीज़ों के अंदर जो एक ऑथर ने एफ़र्ट्स लगाए हैं, यानी कि जो चीज़ वो दिखाना चाहता था एक ऑथर, तो उसने उन चीज़ों को लोगों के सामने दिखाने के लिए एफ़र्ट्स लगाए हैं, एंडिवर्स लगाए हैं. सो J.K. Rowling, by writing Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets series, she developed meaning of her society's culture. So in order to make us understand, us means us as readers understand about her society's culture and also social real world social issues, she made efforts, and through those efforts she depicted her society's culture as well as real world social issues that are there in her culture. So she showcased her efforts with the help of presenting characters, different sorts of characters, and also using magical elements like wizard as important symbols and signs. Next means consumption. It means things which are represented to audience or viewers are taken by them in which manner. Consumption means how people living in a culture consume what is produced for them. कि लोगों के लिए कुछ चीज़ प्रोड्यूस की गई है एक कल्चर में रहकर, तो लोग उस प्रोड्यूस की हुई चीज़ को किस नज़रिए से देखते हैं. सो इन विच लाइट दे परसीव थिंग्स प्रेजेंटेड टू देम. And also it includes people really consume things in the manner intended. यानी कि कंजम्पशन में ये बात भी आती है कि लोग उस तरीके से चीज़ों को परसीव कर पाए जिस तरीके से उन चीज़ों को बनाया गया था, प्रोड्यूस किया गया था. Let's take an example. When an individual reads a novel or watches a movie, what lesson he gains from that, and after taking a lesson, how he applies that thing to his own life. So the messages portrayed with the help of Chamber of Secret series can be integrated into our daily life or not. कि जब भी कहा गया है कि जब हैरी पॉटर सीरीज़ को क्रिएट किया गया, तो जब लोग उसे एज अ मूवी देख रहे थे या फिर नॉवल में हैरी पॉटर के बारे में, उस कैरेक्टर के बारे में रीड कर रहे थे, तो उसे पढ़ने के बाद लोगों ने उस नॉवल को या फिर उस मूवी को किस तरीके से परसीव किया, एंड परसीव करने के बाद उन्होंने क्या लेसन्स लिए और लेने के बाद उन लेसन्स को अपनी रियल लाइफ में किस तरीके से अप्लाई किया. सो कंजम्पशन इज़ ओनली अंडरस्टूड टू पीपल. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ एन इंडिविजुअल चूजेस टू एंगेज विद द नॉवल, कि किस तरीके से वो नॉवल को परसीव कर रहा है या फिर मूवी को किस तरीके से परसीव कर पा रहा है. तो उसकी चॉइस है, एक इंडिविजुअल की चॉइस है, वो किस तरीके से उस नॉवल को देखे और कंज्यूम करने का मतलब है किस मैनर में वो देख रहा है और देखने के बाद उन चीज़ों से किस तरीके से वो लेसन ले रहा है और अपनी लाइफ पे इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहा है। Regulation means when a text is read by an individual, it depicts his reaction after reading text or watching a movie. It talks about his choice that after watching a movie or reading a novel, whether he likes or dislikes that particular text or a movie. So regulation actually means likes and dislikes of a person. So these things helps in regulating things. Regulation actually refers to forces that limit or delimit the consumption of text. It describes perception of approval or disapproval from viewers or audience. If an individual or group of individual pleases from what is represented to him or her, so that means it is acceptable or appropriate to people who is reading that particular text or watching that movie. If it does not pleases him or her, it means that particular thing is disapproved or not accepted as appropriate by him or her. So this approval or disapproval of text is in the hands of individuals or group of individuals who lives within a cultural setting. Hence cultural meaning is produced and embedded at each level of the circuit, that is production, representation, identity, consumption, regulation. Then with this video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your UGC NET English Literature exams. Thank you.